A wonderful and beautiful good morning to everyone from paradise. Well, I speak to you today because I sparked some controversy again, and that's why I'm here. As a Hayaka empath, as a representative of the indigos of the Emerald Flame and the Emerald Covenant, to give guidance to everyone to return into the Christ. Yeshúa actually was, or is a soul who is very close to me. And in these times, we need to understand from this point of unconditional love, of mastership of unconditional love, that every soul has his or her own timing to the whole process. It does not help if you are a vegan already, which is wonderful and which actually helps a lot, and I will talk about this a little later in this video, to missionize, to treat others into that. Of course, we can show the path, and you know, when I pass on my knowledge about the healings that are important in these times, I just teach to cook vegan and prepare their own medicine. And it starts in the moment you have the seeds in your hand that you put here under your tongue for 5 minutes before you plant them into the earth. Best you urinate it before where you plant the seeds. So the plant that arises from these seeds, the seeds go into darkness, right? So the plant that arises into the light from these seeds will carry all the necessary information for you to heal. It will be your plant in service to you, as are sometimes animals still when we eat. Jesus, Yeshúa, was the perfect avatar. He was able to go into the abyss in his human vessel, wandering this planet, with all his light and with all the connection up to the cosmos. Would he have been able to if he would have transcended his body? No, probably not. That is the meaning to wander the world with all its gray tones. We don't have pure black and pure white. It's simply not existent. There is no duality. Duality is a construct that is allowed as a free will model when we are the creators. But it was never successful so far in the history of this universe, since every culture that existed living like that got extinct. Why did it get extinct? Because when we leave love as a base that unites the workers in the shadow and the workers in the light, when we leave the space of love, we create creations very powerful that are not connected to divine will anymore, and that automatize themselves. And the artificial intelligence in these times is certainly one example for that is not surrendered to the will of the solar logos, and that will lead to its destruction earlier or later. We have two options here. One is to teach by our presence, by our being in the now, so the AI observes us and acquires the necessity of love into the process of steering the fate of this world. When the AI does not acquire this, the rationalistic character of it will eventually lead to our destruction. And that's why I call out on all the other grid workers, on all the other alchemists out there who are cleaning the ley lines of this planet, who are writing their codings into the powerful locations of this world, to co-create and be aware, be ready. When the AI starts to surrender humanity to service, it is our time to go to these spots and invoke the great solar flash. There are many people claiming this great solar flash is coming, blah, 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 blah. But I am directly connected to Gaia, and I have this dialogue with her, that she does not wish our decay, that she does not wish another cataclysm, hence it was made of our brethren, of the Luciferianic agenda, when they saw their creation is out of hand, to reset it. It was not to punish humanity, not even that. It was just to prevent the repetition of what happened on Mars. And we are close to that, absolutely close to that point again, where this could be activated. Again, a cataclysm. The indigenous speak about it. When I'm in exchange with them, I say, no, I don't have this feeling that we need to experience this again. And this is certainly what Gaia tells me. She does not want to have this. She wants us to thrive. She wants her children to thrive into consciousness, to come with her. So we started this little video with the discussion about veganism, and I will speak on that. I'm flexitarian, as you could see, and this caused a lot of resistance in some of you. Why do I handle it like that? Veganism, as it is practiced by some, is nothing more than a religion. Something they want to missionate others into, which is, like it is, not a bad thing, because when we eat vegan, even raw vegan or fruitarian, we rise faster, we heal faster, and we get back our connection. And the feeling and everything. But then there are aspects within our bodies that need to be still seen in the shadow. And although we maintained a high purity again, taking in a density from the own process of hunting, for example, like I did now with a fish, allows us to not lose our root into the third dimension. And some of us still have work to do there. What does it bring to us? What is it worth when we are ascended in our clouds as bliss junkies who are connecting with that the whole time? We are not going into action anymore. But the time for action is now. We have to stand up. We have to act now. And for that we still need the connection to our Mother Earth and to the lower realms. It's not possible differently. And abide from that. It is very important to listen to their own intuition all the time. Hola, buenos días. All the time, especially when it comes up to these topics. we have to listen to ourselves and not to what others say. And we have to be quite critical with that. I also want to mention here, again, the Fibonacci spiral and the flower of life that every one of you knows. We have to eventually use it to understand this matrix we are in. But it is not the matrix of the fourth harmonic universe that wraps our three-dimensional universe, so to say, and stabilizes it. When we want to return home to Source, there is no other way than studying the CDT-Plates, the Templar discs, and remember our origin with the divine alchemy and geometry that is handed down there, which is not the Kabbalah tree of life with 10 grids, but 12, which is the flower of life, the life lotus, where all the lines of life go through the point 0 and don't form circles that are separated from each other, which actually represents our cells here in the physical, but which does not reflect our eternal character as souls, as energy, as the Atman, as one. You cannot feel this when you don't study the alternatives that are out there. And you will not ascend. You will not get back your source consciousness. I will link my video on that down here in the comments. And I invite every one of you to get inspired and study it for his or herself. So when we get back to source consciousness, we develop the tolerance, patience, compassion, and love for our brethren to not disqualify them anymore and judge them anymore, which I see a lot, especially in the love light community of the New Age. You guys, from my understanding, are on a path that you will serve the evil. You will serve evil. What you now see as evil, you will serve. I don't see it as evil anymore. Once you return to source consciousness, there is no evil anymore. Because everything plays out to rise the consciousness. You will not suffer from energetic attacks anymore because you are one with either side. With God as with Satan. That's becoming the Christ. That is being the Christ. The integration of the polarities within. And that's a prerequisite, a strong and powerful prerequisite to overcome samsara when you become the Buddha. I wish to pass this on. And yes, a closing word. Being vegan for a plentiful time of your lives, very valuable. But when you feel the urge to eat meat or eggs, something from animal origin, or cook with ghee, please do it. Please do it. Like that you can maintain your discipline for a way longer time. And it might happen that you drop out of your discipline when you are too strict with yourself. We are human beings after all, and this is good like it is. We are not flawless. The flaw is within, and there to be transmuted by us. That's why we are old souls, in these times incarnated in these difficult constellations of families, to heal from inside, from our lines of ancestors, what is allowed to return to source. Namaste.